things about custom exhibit assets are that the materials are actual, real, high quality, great materials. You get that depth, you get that, that perception of quality. It's a perception of quality that translates to your brand, to that brand perception. And the perception is created because the materials are actually viable, real materials. It's not plastic, it's not pop-up stuff or, the kind of smoke and mirrors approach. Everything has depth and warmth, real metals, real woods, everything, is very rich. And that's our approach. Your exhibit is absolutely a reflection of that approach. And so one of the things about a custom exhibit that highly varies from a pop-up or a modular exhibit is that we produce everything in larger pieces. So these cabinets are all one piece. Obviously, this top piece comes off easily, and the glass as well. The glass has to be packaged securely, but this ships as one piece. There's no assembly required when you get on site. Also, this conference room, this is all actual, custom aluminum with your frosted plexiglass. And instead of this being a bunch of pieces, a frame uprights, the horizontals, and the panels and the inserts and fasteners and octanorm and all that stuff you would normally get with, if you tried to make a representation of this in a pop-up or a modular exhibit, is that this whole thing, this whole 5 foot by 8 foot thing there is one piece. So I just bolt that big piece to that next big piece, and so on and so on. This plexiglass ships inside the frame. You never have to take it out, although you could if you wanted to. So this greatly reduces your setup time and also the frustration of having a million pieces and working with quote unquote like a Lego and an erector set. So just to give you a frame of reference, all of these panels here fit into this cart here, into these slots. And they stand upright, and they're 4 by 8, 5 by 8 panels. And so that entire room slots right into this these jackings. And that's what you call that, is jackings. So so your whole exhibit fits into these carts. Here's one cart, there's a second cart, and the third cart's over there. You have 3 carts. That's the largest one there. Now the reason for the large carts is that we use up all the cubes available in a 53-foot tractor trailer. So it's load optimized. This cart, the width, you can get 2 of them side by side in a truck. It goes all the way up to the top, and you see we use all of the available cargo space. So we build the framework up in this cart, and then the carts nest side by side into the back of a tractor trailer, and you don't have that wasted cube space up at the top. It goes all the way up to the ceiling. Yes, they fit into the doors. And we do this all the time. But you can see here, this crate is jacked specifically for all the pieces. The pieces slide right in here, in and out. There's the glass. Everything's protected. Everything's felted. Everything has its own space. So these are large pieces. Here's your inventory. But everything is made to be in big, manageable chunks so that there's less assembly required. This huge metal canopy here, which they're just finishing the wiring on, that is only 2 pieces. So instead of having a million, uprights and connectors and buttons, and we don't have that. We just have 2 large chunks that are assembled with 2 bolts. So that process is a lot quicker. Now the trade-off, is that you have a big cart that big space fits in. However, we've found, in our years and years of experience, that trade-off is absolutely worth it. If you're talking about just the space that a container takes up, on the other side of that, you have less labor cost. you have, you know, less headache, less frustration, less things missing, you know, parts missing in pieces, and so it more than makes up for it. You know, that same frame, if it was modular or a pop-up, would be a huge number of pieces, a huge headache. It would probably take two people, you know, an hour to set up, and you know, over time that adds up, and then the pieces that would missing. Now these other two frames here with the clouds on them, that's one piece. That comes out of the cart ready to go. I don't have to assemble those either. So here in these three pieces here, just doing them like that saves an enormous amount of time and expense. But again, the trade-off are these larger carts. Now, the size of the carts may be imposing, however, it's easy, it's manageable. It's 3 self-contained units that everything has a specific place, and they're also easy for us to inventory. Part of our process of warehouse handling is that when pieces go in and out, everything is inventoried, everything is inspected. We have a system called PIX, which is an online inventory management system, where we scan every part and piece, and then we scan them again when they go into the carts. Everything is inspected, like I said. If we're missing hardware, if we're missing lights, we check bulbs, we turn on the lights, you know, we make sure everything's operational. That way you don't get to the show and have problems, missing parts, missing pieces, missing connectors, have bulbs that are out, etc. So that's basically what goes into our warehouse handling. You know, it's a pretty involved inventory process. We have RF reporting. It's all designed to make sure that everything goes out of here in their self-contained units, show ready to go, in good condition. It's all accounted for, and that when you get there, you're not going to have any surprises or problems that are going to create, number one, headaches, number two, increased expenses in shipping or labor or delays or overtime. So it's all a very engineered, orchestrated, and designed process that over the years we've optimized in order to get the end result, which is you get to the show, your exhibit is up and ready in the least amount of time possible with the least amount of headaches. Everyone's happy, and you have the best show possible. And it's all designed, you know, we're all set up for that here, and that's what we do. So thank you.